It must feel really good to have students like that come back and feel that way. What do you think about that?
It's an honor. I mean, it's very emotional, and when they leave here, yes, you have hopes, but now to see them realize, it's moving.
And come back to this sort
Yes.
of event and touch on what they've been through.
Yeah, it's worth it.
is.
It's actually worth it, and you feel like accomplished and in your mission to be, like instructor or teacher, that you actually contributed to that success.
One of them, I believe it was Vicky Rodriguez, said you were her favorite teacher, her mentor.
How you say that? Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Vicky was a very special person because I met Vicky actually within the first few years that I was here, and she was one of my first students who wrote me a paper that I believe was, like plagiarized from the internet. And I made her write the paper in my office, and I was completely ashamed, but at the same time, so glad that somebody could write in that way. And she has been a very, very, very special person since the moment I had her in one of my classes, the first time that I had her in my class. And after that date, I knew she was going to do great things. She was actually awarded as a teacher, People Who Cares in the New York Times, like a year ago.
That's an accomplishment.
Yes, that's a major accomplishment. So I feel glad. I feel so, good that actually she was my student.
Of course. What's in for the department in the future?
Well, we've been through a really productive cycle under Professor Ricour's direction. We hired several new professors who are extremely talented and very collegial and really devoted to the students. Laird Bergat became our first distinguished professor, and only one of perhaps how many? 9?
On the
Lehman
campus, less
College
than
of
that.
History. So we are very, very happy about that. Our enrollments are very, very healthy. So we're looking forward now to continue to strengthen our department, build our Mexican American Studies minor, and just keep on doing what we seem to be doing pretty well up to now.
Any other Latin ethnic groups that will be covered, have certain courses for, curriculums?
But we keep the door open as we see the
Absolutely.
demand and students request it. We absolutely will do it.
How do you see the demand? Is it because of a growth in population or?
Because of a growth in population, yes.
And also,
And also interest from
Interest.
students. They don't have to be a large number.
But
A
I
big
think
number.
that-
Look, the Puerto Ricans were a very small number here when it started. It's the interest.
But it's also important to point out that, for example, when I teach literature of the Dominican Republic, not just American students are interested in that, no?
Yes.
That's a very important aspect, of course, but the Central American students, the Puerto Rican students, and also American students who are not of Latino descent also want to know about, in this case, literature of the Dominican Republic. So we want to build those bridges. We want to build those connections and acquaint people with each other too.
And it is a new academic, interest that emerged that have to be, delivered within this setting, like theater, Latino theater. We are making large contribution in that field. Literature, Latino literature. We have, Pulitzer winners. So that's something that we have to also acknowledge within the academic area.
Right.
And there are many
Gender
painting-
studies, for example, is one area in which we have strengthened our curriculum quite a lot.
Amazing. Before we wrap up, I just want to know, what advice do you give to potential students in your department? If they kind of want to study a certain material, they want to learn more about their culture, what do you tell them?
We support them 100%. We encourage them. We try to talk to them to find out what they want to do. We try to listen to them, be mentors, also teach them critical thinking is at the heart of our mission.
I think that's very important. It's not just to know about your culture, but also to know what your culture is about and to see both the things that are there and the things that you can change.
Absolutely, and if they are into knowing and being part of our department, I believe that's the best place that they can go in order to actually learn and establish that dynamic between the instructor and the student and the department in general.
Thank you so much, the Latin American and Puerto Rican Studies Department. I really appreciate for all three of you professors being on the show. I'm sure the audience learned so much and really appreciate the history you've gone through. I will put your number on the screen as we speak for the department in case anyone has any questions or would like to learn more about the department itself.